Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where last episode we got started as a landless adventurer, and when I zoomed out, I noticed this up over here. This contract requires you to join a faction. All who oppose to join the Liberty faction. That's interesting. I don't think we're strong enough to do that, but that's definitely an interesting thing up there. So that might be a way to acquire land, but I'm not sure we want to at this point. I kind of want to stay landless for at least a while. We've now got that barber's tent done, and it looks like that can upgrade. There is an internal upgrade slot here. Oh. Okay. Gain gold from your battle victories and any battles that end in the county of your camp. Well, that's interesting. So we built the barber's tent primarily for economic reasons, right? And this is certainly an interesting thing. Now, one thing I'm noticing, plus 0.2 per month. We're making plus 0.1. Stewardship minus 8%. Okay, so it's a rounding thing. Gotcha. So we can continue to upgrade these. And that's definitely a good thing to do. That'll give us additional internal upgrade slots as well. This is a cool system. I like this. Okay, so we've got a lot of gold that we need to make. No doubt about that. So we need to finish off this current contract, and then we need to upgrade our barber's tent. I think the top priority would be to put in the mortician's tools. And then we need to move our camp to places where battles are likely going to be happening. So we need to keep an eye on wars, right? So like there's this war over here. So moving our battle down over, or moving our camp down over here would be a good thing. So that's definitely something to think about. We also need to continue to boost up our men-at-arms. Now, we can create more regiments, and for now, what we're mostly going to be interested in is, well, keeping around the Acritai. We're not terribly interested in them, but keeping them around for the moment, because we're going to need the money. Though not every place welcomes a camp such as ours, it seems that Honoria certainly does, or at least Yosef has made it look like it does, organizing an impromptu fair to trade goods and drain my followers of their coin. Cynical? Perhaps, but it's hard to deny what a smile it puts on the faces of most, and sometimes that's enough. So we'd gain some prestige here. We could get Yosef to join, which we should do. We're going to get Yosef to join, and then we'd be able to put him in over here. Now, he only has one skill. His total contribution would be negative as a shill. So what would his total contribution here be? 13. Here it would be 9. Okay. So if we remove this guy from his diplomat position, and we remove this guy from his position, right? The question is, where would we be best suited? So for Pavlos, 16, 16, 7, and 7. So he's best off in one of the two diplomat slots. So we'll put Pavlos here, and then for the other guy, he would be 15 here, 18 as the shill, or 14 as the diplomat. So we'll put him in here, bringing us up to 64% as our peak. Okay, so that seems fine for right now. We're definitely interested in getting our hands on more agents. No doubt about that. And this is taking a long time. No doubt about that either. That's definitely a thing. But at least we're making a small amount of money now, right? So that is good. So we don't have any advisors. All we've got is these camp followers, and we don't really have anybody to put into these places, right? So that is definitely something to think about. The real issue that I'm having right now is adventurers apparently cannot get married. It doesn't say anything about that here. Maybe it's event-driven. I guess that's a possibility. So we're currently away from our camp, that's understood, and we're working on this scheme, but it's slow going. We have 4 advantages at this time. We've got a 24% chance, and that's definitely a thing. So there's these countermeasure focuses. I don't think we actually care about that. I don't think that helps our scheme. It's odd that this is a scheme, but I suppose it's because it's diplomatic, so that makes sense. So we're at least making a small amount of income now, right? It's very, very small, but we do have a passive income from this barber's tent. So that is good, and the next thing that we want to get is this mortician's tools. So we will have the gold for that eventually. I don't know, maybe we should just execute this scheme. Spend advantages to interact with your hobnob with ruler scheme. That tooltip makes it sound like that's not actually going to end the scheme, but the button label very much sounds like it is. So I'm going to assume that that is going to be a thing. Okay, so I definitely want to move our camp as soon as we're done with this scheme. Let's let this continue to build up for a little bit here. And we've got this fort in Phrygia being sieged. I don't think sieges would help us with mortician tools. So there's that. And then later on, once we get more of these internal upgrades, I'm thinking surgeon tools and dentist tools to reduce our friendly fatal casualties. That would be probably the best way to go, because it's going to be difficult for us to maintain our troops, right? So that's definitely something to think about. Okay. I just noticed we're on speed 1. We should move that up. Have we been on speed 1 this whole time? Oh boy. Okay, let's move that to speed 4. That's exciting. So, 20 dread. I really don't want to lose gold here. We're going to take the stress. It's okay. So we're going to have a mental break here. We're going to gain the trait Irritable or Drunkard, and we're going to take Irritable. That'll be fine. So we're no longer stressed. That's okay. And now this is going much faster. Yeah, I think we've been on speed 1 this entire time. I'm sorry. I did not intend to be on that. Ooh, 78% chance of increasing our diplomacy skill? Yeah. That's good. That's really good. So that bumps us up to a 27% chance. That looks good. But yeah, I apologize for having it on speed 1 for that long. That is entirely my own fault. I did not notice. Oof. Okay, so let's see here. Yosef is trying to marry this person. That's not my problem. I don't want to... Well, this is kind of a 50-50. Either way, we don't care. It's only a 15% chance of a good thing, but yeah. This isn't a problem for us. This is a problem for Yosef. Okay, so that seems relatively fine. No problem there. We're up to 55 now, and if we go into the barber's tent and we look at the mortician's tools, gain gold from our battle victories. So that's going to be our primary source of income going forward, I'm guessing. We'll see how much gold that makes us, but that's probably going to be quite significant. So that looks good. And what's this going to be bringing this up to? 36%. Okay. So 64 is the cap. I really wish we had more agents, but we do not. So this is the best we've got for right now. A dab hand, huh? 88% chance of success here, and that is definitely a good thing. Yeah, we're suitably impressive. So that looked fantastic. So we're trying to impress this guy, right? That's our goal. He's at 21 opinion of us right now. Okay, we have a new martial perk available, and what are we interested in? Well, probably living off the land. Provision loss reduction, that'll be, and increased travel safety. Both of those will be very good for us. Pavos has gained a pet dog, or actually Pavlos. Good for him. New Stand With Us contract. Okay. 43% chance. Once again, we're best off to roll this. Either way, it's good. Okay, he rebuffed, but he gained 15 opinion of us because he's annoyed. I don't know why that's positive opinion, but sure. So where's this contract? Stand With Us down here. We're not really strong enough to take that on, but that's definitely understood that that's a thing. No doubt about that. So we're working up our success chance here. We're up to 46 now. Okay. Starving soldiers. So every eligible men-at-arms regiment gains up to 25 soldiers. I don't think we have any eligible men-at-arms regiments, but this guy would join us and become a champion. Okay. We can use another blade. So this guy is now our champion. And the question is, oh yeah, plus 21 in the diplomat slot? Done. So that bumps us up to an 86%. It's still only going up by 4.2% per phase, which is unfortunate. But we're in a much, much better situation here now. So that looks good. So we'll be able to get that scheme done fairly soon. And we'll just keep an eye on that. We're now up over 50%. Do we want to look immaculate? Not really. Let's retire to our own tent and simply listen here. We're going to gain some prestige and lose stress. That's important. So that'll be fine for now. We're up to 58 gold at this point, and we're definitely interested in getting our barber's camp upgraded to the mortician's tools. Our camp purpose must be scholars or freebooters to do that. Okay, so what is our current camp purpose? Where do we see that again? I think that was in the realm view. Yeah, so we're swords for hire. This is going to allow us these. So that means that we can't actually do the mortician's tent upgrade here. That is unfortunate. What else could we potentially go for? Well, we can go for these, but I don't think there's a reason to yet. So in that case, we're probably best off to put that money into a roaring campfire for now. If we preview this, there's no actual upgrade slots for the roaring campfire. Or for the proving grounds. Okay. Noted. Absolutely noted. None in my camp are intimately familiar with the terrain in Bolu, and such lands are not to be trifled with. It is for this reason that I find myself standing in front of a local guide, bartering for services to be rendered. It's no joke out there, he offers, drawing air in through gritted teeth, a theatrically worried gesture. You'll need either these maps or my services. I can tell you that for free. He is right, but there's something about his demeanor that makes me hesitate. So we could pay him, and he would join us as a poor aptitude caravan master. That's 50 gold. I don't like it. We could pay him 5 gold, or we could just say, you know what? No. And potentially lose some provisions. It's a 45% chance. It didn't even happen. Beautiful. So that looks great. So upgrading our pavilion is going to be pretty expensive. That's understood. So changing this would require prestige, and 1,000 prestige at that. Okay, that is absolutely noted. Upgrading the barber's tent here, this would double our current passive income. It would cost 120 gold. And this can be demolished too. Interesting. This would cost 120 gold to get this done, but that would be a big deal. No doubt about it. So what do we got going on here? Since recruiting both Pantolian and Pavlos to my contract, the pair have become rather amicable with one another. It seems shared tasks and mutual concerns have brought out a little spark of kindred recognition in the two reprobates. Their understanding is nothing serious yet, but a little nudge could see true friendship blossom. So only an 18% chance here. Or we could just tell them work. don't talk. That'll boost our maximum success chance by 10%. Done. So that seems good. I don't think we're being unreasonable, snarls the cook, who presumably drew the short straw in coming to speak with me, waving an arm dismissively at the surrounding terrain all the while. So many hillside pastures for miles around, yet we cannot seem to spare the time to stock up on some of the little luxuries that make our food bearable? I sigh, weary of the conversation already. I wonder which of us will break first. These feel like the ravings of a lunatic. I checked the stocks just this morning, and we should be well supplied for months yet. For infinite time for right now. So we have a well-provided camp for 10 years, courtier opinion plus 20. We can restock. We don't need to do this. Or we can be stern on provisions. I think we'll go for the well-provided camp here. What are you even complaining about? I honestly don't know what they're complaining about. So our maximum chance is now 96%. Ah. So we can try to push Yosef to the limits and... This is fine. This will give us 20 days of progress, and he's going to increase his diplomacy by 3. Beautiful. So that puts us up to a 64% chance at this point, with our maximum being a 96. At some point, we're going to have to roll this. But for now, I think it's kind of okay. Now, we do have 60 gold at this moment. And I think, honestly, given the fact that we cannot build the Mortician's tools, I think the best bet here is upgrading the Barber's tent. What is this contract? Stand with us contract? Okay, there's a couple of stand with us contracts coming up here. So there's this up over here. Yikes. And then there's this one. Also, yikes, we're not really strong enough to do either of those for now. So we're probably going to settle this boundary dispute. Only a 43% chance of this guy joining us. We'll give it a go. It's a diplomacy challenge. And we failed, but that's fine. It was worth a try. Okay, once again, 88% chance. We are suitably impressive. Looks good. So we've got this guy up to a 49 at this point. Looks good. And we're up to a 72% chance on our success chance. So that's looking very, very solid at this point. No doubt about that. There are 3 contracts available here, so these are shown in here. That's good to know. We can make a request for this guy for a men-at-arms regiment. He would not accept that. He's only 7 reasons away from gold, which is interesting. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. As we get more patrons, things are going to start snowballing out of control, and that's exactly what we want. Pavlos is now known as the Sluggard. Amazing. So that is, of course, a very good sign. No doubt about that. We're up to a 76% chance on this scheme at this moment. So this is going to go up to an 80% chance here. There we go. And we have a martial perk available. We can grab, like, Parthian tactics. This is fine. Okay, so 80% right now. The question is, when do we want to execute this scheme? The odds are very in our favor at this moment. Ooh, what's going on up here? Peasant uprisings? Yeah, so that's going to be interesting for sure. Let's give this one more tick here, and then let's execute this. Okay, 85% chance. So, do we want to seize the moment? Do we want to execute with Okay, so cover every angle is 20 advantages. How many do we have right now? We have 18. Maybe we should just take it up to 20. That's definitely good to know. That's just 2 more phases here. So I think we can do that. That'll be absolutely okay. Now, I am very interested in getting this Barber's tent upgraded. Eventually up here, that's 1.2 per month. That's pretty fancy, no doubt about it. This doesn't actually require the upgrades to the pavilion. Fascinating. Okay, so we're at 19 right now, and we're going to get the 20th here in just a moment. So let's get this completed, and we do have this modifier here boosting our maximum success chance up. We're not quite going to be at the maximum success chance, but I'm going to execute this anyway. Our chances are going to be very, very high. Lust for land? Yes. We must claim some lands in the future. This is absolutely true. Paid in advance. Okay, we're gonna milk this guy, and he rebuffed. Okay. So at this point, we're going to execute this plan. We're going to cover every angle, boosting us up by 20%. So this is going to put us up over 100. So that seems great. And we're successful, but we were not critically successful. Okay, that's fine. And now we're heading right on back to camp. Ah, so 50 gold, but we can pay this guy in provisions. Done. It was quite a lot of provisions, to be clear. But that seems good. So we need to find a new contract. This is wanting us to... an example of a destination a fair distance away. Cool. So it wants us to actually do this. All the way up to here. Okay, so this is quite a lot of travel danger. Well, actually, it's not that much travel danger. 1% chance of danger, 3%, 9%, and then 15. So this is mostly because of hills up over here, and this is reduced by the Pathfinder gear. So that seems okay. I guess we need to just start moving our camp. So that's going to cost us some provisions to do, but let's head on up. We'll see what the game wants us to do up here. The trodden path, huh? We can spend a little prestige. That's fine. So onward we go. We gain 15 gold. Done. I want that gold. So our camp is moving along with us right now. Crimes of passion, huh? Well, we don't really... Oh, this is a duel to the death? Probably not. We'll intervene. Some blows are thrown regardless. That's fine. Do we want to learn how to use a bow? I mean, not particularly right now. What we want to do is we want to get up here and we want to get another contract going. That's going to be the top priority right now. What is this? Hired muscle? Ah, a martial scheme. That's what we want. Oh, there's a lot of them up here. Beautiful. So we can head right on over here. That'll be fine. We're going to travel to accept this. Now, we're a little low on provisions. That's understood. And 14% chance of danger. Yeah, this seems fine. Let's head right on over there. Okay. So we are going to focus on probably... This is on higher scheme phase length. Shouldn't we want lower scheme phase length? Okay. Let's just get on with our task for now. So, Avamai would be 10. And then if we sort by, like, rank here. Avamai would be 10 and 10 here. If we put in Avamai here, he would be 10. Avamai would be 15 and 1. So he should go here. There we go. And this is much faster phases. So this is mostly due to our marshal. Gotcha. So Malko would be 3 here, 8 here, and 25 here. He should go to be the lookout. 9 for Pavlos, or 11. He should go for bodyguard, probably, but what would be the best there? It would actually be Pantolian. So Pantolian should be the bodyguard, and then these two should be the muscle. Now, this is not the highest success chance in the world here, but we're working up very quickly. We're working up exceptionally quickly. So this is definitely the way to go. That other contract was terrible for us. Excellent. Sounds good. So we're at our cap at this moment, but we're just building up advantages. So we're just going to build these up to 20, which is going to go very, very fast indeed. We're already halfway there. So that looks great. Hounding hooves, huh? We'll laugh at this predicament and lose some stress. Excellent. So we're now at 13 advantages, 14, 15. We just need 5 more. So that looks great. This adventure was landed. Okay. So 18, 19, and 20. So now we should execute this scheme. Cover every angle. So this is going to bring us up to a 79% chance of success. And there we go. We were indeed successful. We have a long path ahead of us. So we're going to gain a few provisions there and some gold, and we're going to head on back. Are we going to join the ribbing of Pavlos? We're just going to soak it in. We're going to lose some stress. Perfect. Okay, so now I would like to think about upgrading the barber's kit. So we have the money for this. This is going to double our base income. So let's get that going. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to power through these muscle contracts up here. This one's a criminal contract. So, that could be interesting. We'll see how that ends up going. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Andy McGar, Dark Horse, Xenocyte, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.